Hey you guys, welcome. My name is Selena and this is Lena Irene. Okay, so grab your coffee, get ready. So today's video for Mindset Monday is things that keep me calm, less anxious, and how I get things done. This is something new because I have honestly felt like all of last year and a little bit into this year, I haven't been as productive as I wanted to be for myself, my personal goals, for my business. I feel like and even as a parent, and I feel like I just kind of let go of a lot of things, and I was focusing so much time and energy on the 9-to-5 job that I have. If you're like me and have a lot on your mind and are just on this journey of healing and self-love, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming at times. You can have maybe a lot of thoughts because your mind is shifting, it's elevating, it's getting to understand new habits, but it also has your subconscious or old habits, just negative traits that you're trying to remove, but you're also aware of. So that's how I try to that's how I've been trying to shift my mindset, is using any of my negative habits or past traits of mine or way of thinking, and using it as a tool, so that way it's like almost like just a little red flag that automatically comes up, and it's my body can feel me having negative thoughts or racing thoughts, and I can immediately stop myself and say, okay, am I thinking about something? Am I feeling a certain emotion? What is making me so anxious and on edge right now? So that's the first step, is asking yourself that question. But these are some tools, some tips, some things that I do to utilize these tools as well. So the first thing is to write out everything. You can write out your goals and all the different milestones it takes to get to that goal. This can help, the whole overall goal not feel so overwhelming or feel like you don't know where to start. And you can start with just the baby steps, with just small steps every day. Maybe once a day you accomplish something small for yourself, for your business, whatever it is that your priorities are right now. This is the same thing with your to-dos. So write out your goals, write out your to-dos or any admin stuff. I know that we need to all go to the dentist and the doctor for the year, so that was something I wrote down. Little things like that, whether it's personal for yourself. I've been taking a lot of showers, and I haven't taken a bath in a really long time, and I really enjoy baths. Whatever. If you guys hear my kids, sorry, they're in the other room chilling out, watching movies. Sometimes it might be word vomit, and that's okay too. Feelings, random thoughts, whatever it is, just try to get it all down on paper. So it can be just a bunch of things, but if you're like me, I have a ton of racing thoughts. I'm thinking about something all the time. I have so much going on and so much that I want to accomplish, and I don't want to accomplish those things anymore. I want to get them done. And just having that all built up in your head can be a lot. Organizing your priorities, writing everything down, can help you organize your priorities and figure out what's important to you. When you see it on paper, it gives you kind of a different perspective. Like you're looking at something from the outsider point of view. That's kind of how I like to think about that. Another thing I like to use is timers. So this is something, I have my watch on me, and I'll just put a 15-minute timer or a 30-minute timer, sometimes an hour if I know it'll take me that long, but I kind of like to keep it short because I have a short attention span, and like I said, my mind can be racing all the time. So it's easy for me to get distracted and just like start doing something else and thinking it's priority when I already set my priority already. This also helps with creating boundaries, letting everyone know. I'll let the kids know, okay, right now I'm trying to finish this work, or I'm trying to finish my studying, so you have to let me have 15 more minutes or 30 more minutes. You play here or do this, whatever activity we end up doing, and that kind of just helps everybody understand, okay, I'm getting this done right now, and it lets me kind of trick my mind also just to hone in and focus on that one thing that I need to get done. Another thing when you're using this is you can use the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins, shout out to Mel Robbins for the 5-second rule. I'll definitely just kind of count. All you have to do is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you start your timer. This can help from just avoiding distractions, avoiding from your just stopping your train of thought, because that stuff will come back. Nothing is crucial unless there's an emergency. There's nothing really that should interrupt you from getting your work done. So I just do the 5-second rule. Go ahead and do that. Of course, if you're like me and have a 3-year-old and 5-year-old, you're constantly interrupted, but it's okay. You just take a breath, try to help them out for a second, and then come back to what you're doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set the timer again. This also helps me when I'm working under pressure. So I feel like I work very good under pressure. If I feel like there's a deadline or a time limit to do something, I'm doing 30 minutes or 15 minutes on there, but I definitely work good under pressure. So I'm like racing to get the job done, and of course get the job done right, but I am trying not to let anything distract me when I'm trying to just get what I need to get that done. So the last thing I have written down is breathing, and this one has become very interesting to me because I didn't realize if I am overwhelmed or overly stressed out, I almost like stop breathing. It's like I hold my breath and I'm like, do all the work. And then this is what I noticed I was doing at my 9-to-5 job a lot. I think it's one of the main reasons I was it's such a big sign that I was stressed out there. It's so funny because I used to do this in yoga. It's called fire breathing, I believe is the term. I'll correct myself if that's not correct. But Tony Robbins brought it up, and of course he would. But he brought it up in one of his interviews and was explaining that he does this in the morning. And I think he might do it throughout the day too, but he explained it as a great tool to, kind of refresh your body and reset and get energized naturally. And this was and still is one of my favorite ways to kind of calm myself down, to stop the racing thinking, to stop the extreme emotion if I am feeling that. If I'm feeling just more intense anger, more intense frustration, or more intense sadness, this is so helpful. Great way to get in control of your emotions is doing this fire breathing. So you're breathing in as much as you can, holding it, and then letting it all out. And I liked this yoga instructor that I used to go to. I used to take this yoga class, and I really liked her words because she would explain how we have all this recycled air in us, and we're just kind of taking these shorter breaths and not really focusing on our breathing throughout the day, or majority is not. And she was explaining that, this is like getting rid of all that recycled air, all the negative energy, all the tension, all the resentment, whatever it is that you're holding on to. You can breathe in all this new air, all this good energy, all the positivity, all of these new habits, these new revelations, everything that is positive that you've encountered recently or ever. And you're just breathing all of that in, and then you're pushing out and breathing out all the negative. And I always really liked that term, and I thought it was funny that Tony Robbins reminded me of it again in this interview, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember fire breathing. I remember that was something I really liked. And it's a little bit different from meditation, but that goes into another example. I love meditation, and what is it called? Headspace, the app. I definitely use that app and I love it. And that app helped me with guided meditation, and I feel comfortable enough now to where I could sit for at least 5 minutes and focus on my own breathing. But they have a lot of lessons on how to manage anxiety and emotions and depression, and I really liked that because the fact that they were focusing on the breathing, but you weren't trying to breathe a certain way. I think they have you kind of start with like 5 or 10 big deep breaths, but then you like kind of just breathe how you normally would breathe, and then it has you focus on your breathing. Maybe you and also will add in counting. So I think that was on one of the classes. I forget if it was the anxiety, helping reduce anxiety or something like that. But counting the breaths and counting up to 1 or up to 10, and then counting back or starting over again. So counting all the way up to 10 and starting all over again, but you're just breathing how you normally would, but you're counting your breaths. And something about that helps you stay present. It helps you calm down. It helps it's very relaxing. You might notice that maybe you have a lot of tension in a certain area of your body that you need to stretch out. And then I'll do yoga. Once I notice that, I'll do some yoga. But that can be just something very eye-opening. It can just be something very eye-opening, and I found it to be very, very helpful when I'm just trying to stay calm. Another thing is this watch. I do like this watch. Sometimes it pings me a little too much, but look, it did it just now. So it says, it's the Breathe app on Apple Watch, and it says, even a minute of breathing helps creativity. And I don't know if it says that every time, but that's funny that it just said that, and I'm trying to create this video. But yeah, I will just hit start and it's right there. I don't know if it tells when I'm stressed out or if my breathing's irregular, because I feel like it happens at random points of the day. But I do like it. And all you have to do is press the start button, and I think it's only for a minute, but you breathe in and you breathe out, and there's these deep breaths for a minute straight. And it kind of has you, it's almost like fire breathing, but it's more guided. And it doesn't exactly say to breathe in all the air that you can and breathe out all the air you can. It's just saying to take deep breaths, and it does it for a minute straight, but it like vibrates as you're breathing in and then you breathe out. So it just guides you, and I really like that as well. So those are my tips for just staying calm and trying to stay on track, staying focused, getting what you can get done. You got this, I got this, we got this week. Those are my kids. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get all that energy out. So I think we're gonna do some yoga or some meditation together and just all calm down a little bit. But anyways, those are my tips, my Mindset Monday tips. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this, please like and subscribe and let me know how you like this video. Any feedback is very, very helpful. Leave it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
From all this love, bask inside that alarm clock, but wake up.